I'm going to show you how you can produce songs so fast that you can release every single month, even if you're a beginner, because we all know that growing an audience is really about consistency and also making sure that you are making good music in the process. And I know the system works because before I ever went full time as a music producer, I was finishing a song a week. And not only did I do this, I've also taught my students to do this as well. This is Paige, and she released 4 songs in a matter of 3 months. And she started at 0. These are actually released on Spotify. So how is this even possible? Well, there is a 4-step process to do this and do this consistently, and it's what I use to go full time and what I've used to teach my students as well to get their music out and made consistently. Step 1, you need to start producing like you're going to the movies. When you go to the movies, you plan for it. You put it in the calendar, you get a snack, you go to the bathroom, you make sure that your phone is silenced, and then for 2 hours, you are locked in. That is how producing should be. We want to be extremely intentional with the time that we produce. We want to put it in our calendar, block it out, and we want to be intentional. There's this fallacy that I can only make music when I'm feeling inspired to do so, but I found for me, and for a lot of my students, it's the other way around. Inspiration doesn't come randomly. Inspiration comes when you start treating it with respect and giving it the time it needs, blocked out like your favorite show or going to the movies. The first few times you do this is not going to be as helpful as you'd hoped, but after the 3rd, 4th, and 5th session, you really start to find a groove, and your inspiration and your music starts to be made way more consistently and way more regularly. When I started doing this, one of the biggest things for me was I stopped pretending that checking my phone every single 5 minutes was being productive. Especially for those of you guys that are trying to make a career out of this, you're probably checking Instagram and seeing if anybody has commented on that last video you made of that 8-bar loop that you're probably never going to finish anyway. Trust me, I've been there. Block out a few hours every single week, even if you only have a few hours every single week. Treat it with the respect that it deserves. Step 2, you need session cleanup. If your sessions look like chaos, your decisions will sound like chaos. I'm going to say that one more time. If your sessions look like chaos, your decisions will sound like chaos. Your DAW is your kitchen, and if your counters are covered in junk, you'll never want to cook. One of the biggest things that I've noticed with my students is we'll open up a session together, and I'll say, hey, I think the guitars and the synthesizers are fighting with one another. Can you solo both of those for me? And then they'll go, okay, let me find everything, and they take so long to find everything. Something as simple as cleaning up your session can be a game changer in getting more productive with the time that you do have. On this session here, it looks like there's a lot here, but really, if you boil it down, there's only a handful of colors. You can see that all of my sound effects are this light blue, all of my main vocals are this nice pink color, all of my verse vocals are this darker pink color, all of the screams, this is a metal song, are orange. I also have guitars which are blue, lead guitars which are purple, I have my basses which are orange, and my drums which are red. If somebody says, hey, I want you to solo your synths and your guitars, I can immediately do so with just a couple button clicks, and immediately I'm there. I don't have other random tracks that are floating around here that aren't being used. I know exactly what's being used, and I can see it clearly. I don't care how talented you are, just like cooking. I don't care how talented the chef is. If they are spending half their time looking for a kitchen knife, they're not going to be able to make a very good dish. Stuff is going to burn, and they're going to get frustrated and quit. Start organizing your sessions. Step 3 is use templates, but you need to use them properly. Most people don't build templates properly, and this is why it doesn't work for people. If you've tried to use templates in the past and they haven't worked for you, it's probably because you made them wrong. But you need to understand first that templates are not the enemy. You're just probably using them wrong. Most producers build templates like a kid is trying to make a cake. They'll throw anything into the bowl they possibly can. Chocolate chips and sprinkles and frosting just because they might use it. It sounds like it would be a good idea, and so they throw it in. But that is not how you actually build a proper template. You don't build a template by throwing things in you think you might need. What kind of recipe is that? The right way to build a template is building it after you finished a song that you're proud of. Once you've built a song that you're happy with and things are organized properly, then you can save things as a template. This is especially crucial for people that are producing music for themselves or maybe a specific artist where each song in the album needs to sound similar. You're using the same drum tones and the same bass tones. I got this drum tone that I was really happy with. And then with my guitars, synths, and everything else, everything seems to work pretty well. So now I'm able to save everything here as a template because it's working now. These vocal effects that we made together, all of the synth layers that we built together, the guitar tone that we worked hard to get, all of the bass layers, this wasn't accidental. This was extremely intentional. And now I get to save all of that work that I made because I know it worked. You never write down a recipe unless you know it works. Then you save it. Now, step number 4 is you need to drop the idea of perfection. It's probably just fear in disguise. Most people don't become perfectionists because they care more. Most of them are just scared that their music isn't good enough. A true perfectionist is somebody who knows exactly what to do to fix whatever's going on in their song. If you open your song and you don't like something, but you don't know why or how to fix it, then it's probably not perfectionism. It's probably just fear that you're hiding behind, because nobody can judge a song that's never been released. Every finished song has taught me more than 10 that I abandoned because I was trying to perfect them. Now look, I understand if you're at a spot where you're just not sure what's going on, you don't like it and you understand that, but you don't know how to fix it. This definitely can be a skill issue and an information issue. If you want help with that, there's a link to book a free call with me down below. You can book that free call and see if you want to become one of my students. On that free call, listen to what your music is, where you're at, and give you a plan at the end of that call one way or another. A link to that will be down in the description below and will also be in the pinned comment. And if you're not ready for that, this video might be able to help you as well. This is why 90% of producers stay stuck and can't finish their music. There are 3 things that really hold people back once they start making music, but they're just not happy with it yet. And I break each one of those 3 things down in this video here. I'll see you over there. And now, as always, go create.